Qatar, the tiny Gulf emirate, has been in the news for hosting the exciting FIFA World Cup 2022. The country has made history by hosting not only its first World Cup, but also the first held by the Arab and Muslim world. Qatar's absurd wealth has been on display ever since. Over the past 12 years, the country has spent a whopping $300 billion on infrastructure and stadiums in preparation for its World Cup dream, which is the most expensive of its kind, and the Qatari royal family, known as the House of Thani, deserves all the credit for the momentous tournament's success. One of the wealthiest royal families in the world, this family has wealth beyond what the average individual can imagine. According to sources, the Qatari royal family has an astounding $335 billion net worth, which is a significant sum to be owned by one family in the financial world. It comes as no surprise that the Qatari royal family lives a lavish lifestyle, investing in luxury residences, super yachts, and sports teams. This family is not only incredibly affluent, but also extremely powerful. During the last 10 years, they have been able to impact global policymaking through donations to universities, investments in prominent media businesses, and conducting important conferences on education and climate change. In today's video, we will take a peek into the fabulously lavish $335 billion lifestyle of the uber-rich Qatari royal family and their international influence. The Royal Family of Qatar. Qatar's royal family is the House of Thani, also known as the Al Thani dynasty. Since its founding, Qatar has had 11 different emirs or rulers, all of whom have been members of the Al Thani dynasty. The ruler is an absolute monarch, also serving as the armed forces commander-in-chief and the constitution's guarantor in Qatar. Over the span of 2 centuries, the family has contributed to Qatar's magnificence and stature. Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, born on June 3, 1980, is the current emir and the country's most prominent leader. He took over as the country's head of state after his father, the former king, Hamad bin Khalifa, was abdicated from the throne in 2013. The Qatar Investment Authority, which handles oil and gas assets, accounts for the majority of the royal's fortune. Sheikh Tamim is reported to be worth more than $2 billion. With around 8,000 members, the royal family's overall net worth is estimated to be $335 billion, derived from multiple cash flows other than rich natural resources. The House of Thani's earnings has allowed them to purchase luxurious properties all around the world, notably London's Shard skyscraper, Olympic Village, Harrods department store, Canary Wharf, the Chelsea Barracks, and New York's Empire State Building. The royal family also has major stakes in Barclays Bank, British Airways, and Volkswagen. What does Qatar's royal family do with such vast wealth? For one, they own the ultra-luxurious $1 billion abode, the Doha Royal Palace, which is clad in gold and contains 15 different palaces, and of course a gigantic car park to store 500 of their finest cars. One palace is never enough for the royals, hence they own another white palace in Oman, similar to the Doha Royal Palace. Sheikha Moza bint Nasser al-Misned, one of the former emir's 3 wives, also paid around $140 million for 3 residences on Cornwall Terrace in Regent's Park, London in 2013. The goal is to build a mega house with 17 bedrooms, 14 lounges, a theater, a juice bar, and a swimming pool. The Floating Palace, super yacht. The Qatara. The royal family travels in spectacular style, be it by land, sea, or air. When the royals aren't in Qatar, you can bet they're lounging on one of their floating mansions or super yachts. The 124-meter Qatara, one of the world's most expensive and noteworthy mega yachts, is reported to be owned by the emir. It features a helicopter pad and various decks that can seat up to 35 guests and 90 crew members. The lusail. One yacht is simply not enough when you are the emir of an oil-rich country. Exactly a meter shorter than the Qatara, the lusail is arguably one of the most expensive yachts in the world, estimated to be worth $500 million, owned by the present Emir Tamim of Qatar. The colossal 123-meter-long vessel, one of the largest in the world, is extravagant to say the least, with its many luxurious facilities and breathtaking interiors. The interior furniture of this super yacht is said to be made using the finest European materials. The overall interior design style has been described as eclectic, while still maintaining a classical style. A lusail, built of steel with an aluminum hull and teak decks, is said to accommodate 36 guests and more than 56 staff members. This super yacht has a large central atrium which allows a lot of natural light to penetrate the vessel, perfect for taking photos. The vessel features a beauty salon, a movie theater, an elevator, underwater lighting, a beach club, a gym, air conditioning, and multiple indoor pools. The Qatari royal family also owns the multi-million-dollar cruiser Al Mirqab, which was named one of the world's most beautiful yachts in 2008. A private airline. Qatar Emiri Flight was established as an exclusive airline that serves only the country's royal family members and high-ranking government officials. The airline presently operates 14 planes, including 3 huge Boeing 747-8s, which cost more than $400 million each, and are the brand's most expensive commercial jets. The royal family's royal rides. It is undeniable that wealthy families have a passion for rare, exotic, and extravagant automobiles. Hence, it isn't surprising to know that the Qatar royal family owns a large fleet of the most luxurious cars. When it comes to sleek rides, one name stands out above the rest. Sheikh Khalifa bin Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, also known as KHK, the 31-year-old Qatari prince has a personal automobile collection that comprises nearly all of the latest and finest limited edition supercars, like his $6 million Bugatti Divo and $3.5 million Lamborghini Shan. With their massive cash accounts, its royal members have been observed driving the most expensive models from the most expensive car brands. The family's collection includes multiple Bugattis such as the Divo, Veyron, and Chiron, as well as the LaFerrari Aperta and Coupe Red, a Lamborghini Centenario White Coupe and Centenario Roadster, a Mercedes AMG 6x6, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Ferrari Monza SP2, a McLaren P1, and a Porsche 918 Spider, just to name a few. The royals' love for sports. Qatar's royal family loves sports just as much as they love luxury. Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, a member of the International Olympics Committee and the director of the National Olympic Committee, is well known for using sports to boost the desert nation's international standing. Many international championships have been held in Qatar, including the 2006 Asian Games, the 2015 AIBA World Boxing Championship, and the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Emir Tamim isn't the only sports enthusiast in the family. Sheikh Abdullah bin Nasser Al Thani, a member of the Qatari royal family, paid $44 million for the Spanish club Malaga in June 2010. And Khalid Faleh Al Thani, another member of the Qatari royal family, expressed interest in purchasing Series A club Sampdoria. The royal family's international influence. Qatar, the world's richest country, has had considerable influence over the world, with a GDP per capita of $63,505. The country is the world's third largest natural gas resource, and the Emirates' ruling Al Thani family has used these resources to gain regional and worldwide influence. Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa, the former emir of Qatar, who ruled from 1995 to 2013, transformed the emirate into a global player by using the country's vast oil resources. He invested almost $1 billion in building Al Udeid Air Base in Doha, which now houses the most prominent American military base in the Gulf. During his leadership, Qatar made considerable investments in Western companies, including Porsche, Credit Suisse, France Telecom, and Royal Dutch Shell. He also began donating significantly to Western schools, universities, think tanks, and museums, education, and arts. Qatar today boasts 8 satellite campuses of major Western universities, American, British, and French, on a sprawling 12-square-kilometer property on the outskirts of Doha known as the Education City. Between 2011 and 2017, Qatar donated $1 billion to American institutions, making it the biggest foreign sponsor by far of American higher education. To gain political influence, Moza bint Nasser, the wife of the former emir Sheikh Hamad and mother of the current emir, Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, has supervised Doha's worldwide participation through education, culture, and art. The Arab Museum of Modern Art, called the Mataf, is situated on the outskirts of the Education City and holds one of the most extensive exhibitions of 20th century Arab art. The family has built institutions that have helped shape its national identity as a Muslim and Arab country. The wonderfully minimalist Museum of Islamic Art, designed by renowned architecture IMP in the center of Doha, has an impressive international collection. Foreign affairs. Qatar has also positioned itself as a regional peace mediator, with the emir enjoying excellent international connections and continuing foreign investment. In 2020, Qatar hosted the historic signing of a peace treaty between the Taliban and the United States, resulting in the complete withdrawal of US soldiers from Afghanistan. During the 4th high-level strategic dialogue in 2022 between Qatar and the United Nations Office of Counterterrorism, UNOCT, the state of Qatar was recognized as the second biggest donor of counterterrorism to the United Nations Trust Fund out of 35 other donors. It has taken a strong stance regarding proactive engagement with regional neighbors through dialogue. Media in Qatar. Al Jazeera. The fundamental engine of mass communication, the media has capacity to shape people's attitudes, habits, and beliefs. The affluent Gulf Emirate has established a media empire whose impact is felt throughout the Arab world and beyond. Al Jazeera, the peninsula, is a Doha-based Qatari state television network whose success has been linked to its in-depth reporting on topics. Al Jazeera Arabic, which debuted in 1996, was the first independent news channel in the Arab world devoted to delivering thorough news and in-person discussion. The 2006 launched Al Jazeera English is a part of an expanding network with more than 10 other channels and divisions. It became well known and successful during the Afghan War as a result of opening a Kabul bureau before the war had started. As a result, it had better access to events to record them than other networks, who occasionally paid up to $250,000 for Al Jazeera footage. Qatar, ruled by the Thani family since the mid-1800s, evolved from a poor British protectorate known mostly for pearling into an autonomous state with substantial oil and natural gas income. Qatar's emir and his family have demonstrated the true power of money and power, and how when the two come together, they create a universe that is hard to imagine in the first place, and even harder to understand after seeing it.